What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it again with another video. Last one I was talking about my reaction and recap to day one of free agency. This one is kind of two things: what I expect the Giants to do in day two of free agency and what I want them to do in day two of free agency. By the time this video comes out, it's probably going to be around 3 o'clock or so some moves may or may not be made. All depends on how it goes, but 3 p.m. in a free agency day, it's usually a good amount of time. Like by 3 p.m. Yesterday, we had quite a bit of signings around the league. Of course, real quick, I do want to say Patriots are making moves. I just like to see the fact that they are making moves. They got a 2 tight end set going out there now. They got Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, shades of Hernandez and Gronk back in 10 and 11 when the Patriots had one of the best, if not the best, offenses in the league with 2 great tight ends. I mean, looks like they're trying to run back from those days. I'm saying? Cam is getting some legit weapons. No excuses, especially if he gets a good offensive line as well. Real quick, just want to say that. But to get into the Giants now, let me just start off by what I want to happen, and I'm going to get the big one out of the way because you guys are waiting for it. Kenny Golladay. Yes, I do want to sign Kenny Golladay at this point. Has the hype really gotten to me? I guess you could say so, but we were so connected to Kenny Golladay yesterday. It's like you would have thought that we would have signed him by like 3 p.m. man. You would have thought by the time the clock struck midnight, Kenny Golladay was gonna be in Giants blue. He would have had his jersey printed already, and it would already been up for sale on NFLShop.com or something like that. That's how much he was connected to the Giants, whether it was official or unofficial. You had fans all over the place screaming for Kenny Golladay. You had even some beat reporters saying that there are reports that, he's meeting with us, or there's reports that his agent is meeting with us, or whatever the case is. Kenny Galladay's name yesterday was smeared all over the place with the Giants right next to it. Now, of course, talking realistically, there are 2 other teams that are in contention for him right now, both of them in Florida, Miami and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And both of them, I believe, have I think both of them got better cap space than us. So that's something to be said. But I want Kenny Golladay really bad because I really would not mind a proven wide receiver on this roster. Now, here's the thing. If we get Kenny, I'm still taking a wide receiver in the first round. Some of you may think of that as overkill. I think of it as just enough kill to get this horrid offense and this terrible receiving game turned around with a proven number 1 and then somebody that could become another number 1. You essentially got 2 number 1s on your roster. Who's complaining about that? In my opinion, I don't think you really should be. But Kenny Golladay would be great here on the Giants. I mean, maybe he could even survive, some of Jason Garrett's, questionable play calling and whatnot. But as of right now, we don't got the cap to sign him, which brings him to the other thing that I want to happen. I want the Giants either to rescind the tag on Leonard Williams or to trade this man. I keep thinking to myself, there's got to be a team in the NFL right now that's looking for a Leonard Williams type guy. And there's always a team in the NFL that would make a trade for him. Now, he's not a terrible player. He's a really good player. By stats, he was the 2nd best defensive tackle in the league last year, right behind Aaron Donald. He is one of the better players in the NFL. So it's not like teams aren't going to shy away from him. It just comes down to who are actually reliable trade partners that you could look at. I'm just going to throw out a couple teams because I'm kind of going right off my head right now. Maybe the Panthers. I don't know. Would he work? Do the Panthers run a 4-3? Because Brian Burns is a defensive end, right? So he could be a 4-3 defensive end next to Brian Burns. I think that would be a pretty good duo right there. Maybe he goes to a team like, I don't know, the 49ers. But the 49ers already have a stacked defensive line. So maybe that's not the best example. But there's definitely a team out there that could use this guy. Maybe the Chargers. Because the Chargers are probably going to lose Melvin Ingram unless they re-signed him already. If the Chargers re-sign Melvin Ingram, what I'm saying right now has no effect. But you guys get the point. We can trade Leonard Williams to a team. We could get, at least in my opinion, a 3rd rounder. I really think we could get a 2nd, or if a team is desperate enough, even a late 1st. But I think we could get a 2nd or 3rd rounder for him. And of course, multiple picks in return for Leonard Williams, all right? I would prefer if there is a trade partner to trade him. Of course, there's no way of telling if there is. But even if we just rescind the tag and let the man walk, I'm going to be happy with that. We get $19 million back in cap space. I'm not saying use all of that 19 on Kenny Golladay because I don't think teams, and Jordan Renan even tweeted about this, teams aren't looking at him as a $19 million wide receiver. Right now, the teams that are, in a bidding war for him, they all have different price points. not everybody is looking at him as a $20 million a year receiver, which also connects back to one of the tweets yesterday that was saying Kenny Golladay is actually valued somewhere around 14 to 16. Now that's a bit low. I think maybe he goes for 16 or 17 mil, but not 20, which would be a relief. But if we get all that money back from Leo, if we rescind the tag and we use it on Kenny, I'll be happy. Now here's the thing as well. Whether we trade Leo or we rescind the tag, I would use that money on Kenny and on Hassan Reddick, who's also become another very popular name for the Giants. Now, preferably, I would have tried to use it on somebody like Bud Dupree, but Dupree got scooped up by the Titans yesterday as well, and he did get a pretty good contract. I mean, he got a cheaper contract than he would have gotten if he was healthy and it was a regular offseason, but I wouldn't have mind giving him 16.5 mil. Maybe that's just me. I would not have minded at all. But the edge rusher market is quickly becoming dry. A lot of them went yesterday, but it's quickly becoming apparent that these teams are looking for edge rushers and they're looking to pay them a fair price, so to say. So if we were to get extra money, I'd use it on a wide receiver and on an edge. If Hassan Reddick is out of it though, I'd use it on Kenny Golladay and a potential cornerback number 2. I'd just use it to fill in as many holes as we can before draft time. Because whereas I was standing yesterday and the days before where I really wanted a guard, and I still do, at this point, I'm probably looking to get my guard in the draft, because the Giants, just from the moves they've made and just from the way they've spoken about the offensive line, if they're adding any other actual starting pieces to this line that isn't already here, they're trying to go young, because they want this offensive line as a whole to be young. They want them to be guys they could develop on cheap contracts as well. So that means the draft. That means they're looking towards the 2nd and 3rd round for a guard, or for a tackle or whatever. It's gonna be a guard because we got Solder on here. Speaking of which, another thing I want to happen is, can we get the contract details of Nate Solder out already? The whole reason we kept him instead of cutting him is because the restructure was apparently supposed to give us more money than cutting him. Cutting him would have given us 6 mil. So I'm expecting the restructure to give us at least 8 mil. You know what I mean? There has to be, some sort of significant increase in the savings for us to, keep the guy. So I'm trying to see, there's several things. Leo will get Leo's money back, whether through trade or rescinding the tag. Get some of Nate Solder's money back. Use that combined cap space to get Kenny Golladay and either a edge or a corner number 2. That's what I'm looking for. Now, what do I expect the Giants to do? I wholeheartedly, completely, 100%, this isn't a guess, this is a prediction. I expect the Giants to do absolutely nothing today. I really don't expect much today. I don't know why. And it's not exactly a bad thing either that I think the Giants are really going to wait out free agency, wait for there to be bargain players to scoop up. And by bargain, I don't mean bargain talent. I mean good talent at bargain prices, kind of similar to the Logan Ryan signing last year. I fully expect them to do something like that. And that is a respectable strategy as well. I know not a lot of fans are going to like it. They're going to freak out about it. They're going to go on their Twitter brigade. But I do expect the Giants to realistically try and work with the best of the money that they got, which is going to be signing guys for cheaper than they should be signed, which means a bit later in free agency. I really don't expect there to be a big splash signing. If there is, it's going to be Golladay. But other than that, I expect us to be quiet and watch how the market plays out. That's just the feel I get from it. And once again, guys, the coaching staff has a say in everything now. So if you got frustrations, because I got frustration with the Dalvin Tomlinson move, you got to put it on Gettleman, the front office, and the coaches. You can't just put it on one singular guy. That's all I got for now. Put your thoughts down below. Let me know what you all think. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch y'all in the next one.